Two spoilers from episode 80 appeared on the internet, and today we need to figure out whether it's fake or not. We also received information about the release date of episode 80. In addition, almost all YouTubers were able to repel the attack from the company. At the moment, I've returned almost all videos to the channel, except those where this person was shown. And what was a surprise is that Supcaman decided to continue his series called Human Being. You'll learn this and much more in today's video, so don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel. Well, let's begin. Let's start with the attacks on channels. Iron Cameraman and Zach Dorr completely defeated the attacks on their channels. We're grateful to you, our audience, as well as the YouTube team, who also paid attention to this. The fact that a major platform noticed what was happening speaks to the scale of the situation. This isn't just a conflict between an author and a company. This is a story that has gone far beyond a narrow community. As for my channel, at the moment there's one strike on it. You could say the complaint was received from the company, namely from an employee whose name apparently cannot be pronounced, and whose photo, which he himself puts on public view, also cannot be shown. But I, using my hidden drawing talent and paint skills, was able to make an image of a person who doesn't like the truth and is ready to kill the channels of those who promoted their project. He, together with the company, tried to shut us up. And he did this not openly, not through honest dialogue, but through complaints and strikes. This says a lot. When you have no arguments, you start pressuring with platform tools and, most importantly, abusing these tools. By the way, just in case, I created a backup channel. Please subscribe to this channel as well as on Twitter, where I publish current news. Thank you. Unfortunately, they partially succeeded because some of our videos have been deleted from YouTube. Therefore, from this day on, be more attentive to our videos. If you see something important, save it and also spread it so others know about it. The more people are aware of what's happening, the harder it is for the company to act in the shadows. I have to wait a week for the strike to be removed from the channel, if, of course, there are no new attacks. At the moment, everything is quiet, and the attacks, apparently, are frozen. Perhaps they realized that pressure only attracts more attention to the situation and works against them. Today, two leaked frames from episode 80 appeared on the internet. Let's analyze each of them, and at the end, we'll check for authenticity. The first frame showed a destroyed cameraman base. Here, besides debris, there's nothing, but the frame is new, and we haven't seen anything like it before. If this is a real frame, then this is a very important detail for the lore. The cameraman base has always been a symbol of their strength and organization. The second spoiler showed a large cameraman who survived after the Astro toilet invasion. Both frames show the same location, which creates a feeling as if these are scenes from one moment. That is, the aftermath of one large-scale battle. The large cameraman against the backdrop of the destroyed base looks like the last survivor. This is a strong image, and if this were true, then episode 80 would become one of the most emotional in the series. Also, white lines are visible here, which indicates that the spoiler was made in the program itself, and that the frames are still raw. As for authenticity, I didn't find reliable evidence and couldn't establish the original source. If this were a real frame, the publication would most likely come from Strider, since he's the one continuing work on Skibidi Toilet. Random leaks in such a project, that is, without a specific source and without any context, are extremely rare. Therefore, I believe these spoilers are fake. Most likely, these are someone's quality fan works that were deliberately presented as a leak for views and hype. This happens regularly in the Skibidi community, especially when there's no real content for a long time. Now to the release date of episode 80, and here's where it gets most interesting. IBO shared his conversation with the company head, and what we heard surprised many. During the conversation, Adam said that all work on the Skibidi toilet project was suspended until the situation is resolved. If this is true, then in the near future we shouldn't expect episode 80. The reason is simple. Alexei, that is Supcaman, will never return to the company. All his previous statements, all his actions, that is, creating Alela, continuing Human Being, public statements, say one thing. He left permanently, and the company apparently understands this, but doesn't know what to do next. The situation is at a stalemate. The project exists, the audience exists, but the person who created the soul of this project doesn't. The company now has several paths. The first option is to sell the project. But it's unlikely that after so many scandals, there will be a buyer ready to take on all this burden. That is, legal risks, reputational losses, and an audience that's hostile to management. The second option is to try to calm down, wait out the wave of negativity, and then publish episode 80. Strider has obviously already made it, because 6 months have already passed. Most likely all this time they were making episodes in advance to publish them later without delays, and it's quite possible that several episodes are ready in 6 months. The third option is to try to continue the series without Alexei. But this is the riskiest path. The audience will feel it immediately, and the reaction will be extremely negative. Skibidi Toilet isn't just animation. It's an author's project with a very specific visual language created by one person. Okay, it's clear that episode 80 of Skibidi Toilet won't come out in the near future. But what if we rewind time and look at what episode 80 would have been like if the conflict didn't exist, and if Supcaman continued working at the company? After all, as we know, if Supcaman had continued working on Skibidi Toilet, he would have divided this episode into 2 or 3 parts, and also would have shown something there that would have been revealed later in episode 81, where we would learn new details. A long time ago, Supcaman said that not everything in the series has been analyzed, and even now you can find details in the episodes that no one has paid attention to. For example, one interesting detail is this moment from episode 74, when during the teleportation of the elite TV man, we notice the silhouette of some character. He looks like a regular agent with a square head, but he's not a TV man, because we haven't seen a TV man like that yet. And when we asked Supcaman about him, he said that
episode 81 will show.
In episode 81, something will happen, and we should not forget that before episode 81, we will be shown season 26, which will surely have a lot of additional scenes, as was the case in season 25, and thus, what we will see in episode 81 will not be a shock to us. I asked Supcaman about episode 80. Here's the question. Regarding episodes 80 and beyond, what makes them so epic? Large-scale battles, power shifts, unexpected plot twists, or something else? Mr. Boom replied as follows.
Lore moves significantly forward. Some secrets are revealed. I prefer to create more personal and unique battles between individual personalities rather than unequal, simple battles or line-by-line battles. But that doesn't mean they won't be big and epic.
That is, it is clear from Supcaman's answer that after episode 80, there will be more story and plot lines, more character revelations, and all of this is good news, because at the moment we have accumulated many questions about certain scenes and unfinished plot lines. I didn't expect this, but Supcaman gave me such a long and detailed answer for the first time. As you remember, before that he just sent me a thumbs down gesture, and it even became a kind of local meme. To fully understand and confirm that episode 80 is a very important episode, we can recall Supcaman's spontaneous interview on his Discord server, when viewers asked him many questions. One of these questions was, which episodes in the near future are you most excited about? We noticed that the 80th episode was mentioned here. One of the most interesting questions about the 80th episode was this. In the 80th episode, will we see a new, powerful character or even his return? First of all, viewers were concerned about a new and powerful character, similar to the Half-Titan's Executioner or a completely new Titan. When it comes to other Half-Titans, it seems to me that since the Supcaman Armada has its own Half-Titans, what's stopping the other races from doing the same? And as for the TV men, it is highly doubtful, since very recently, Supcaman was asked the question, why is there only one big TV man, although there are many other big agents? To which Supcaman replied that,
because I wanted to make it unique.
And by the way, Supcaman warned about the second option. When asked, is there a character you would like to show us in the last episodes? Supcaman said that new characters would appear in the future. I want to point out that this question was asked before the third part of episode 77 aired, and considering this fact, we should also take into account the new characters that appeared after the third part of episode 77. Most of the new characters appeared in episode 78. A toilet with a strange hairstyle, a Skibidi hybrid toilet that conducts diplomatic negotiations, the Duchess's assistant, a hybrid astro toilet named Hunter, TV man with a scarf and claws on his hands. So far, we have only seen TV man in 2 episodes, episodes 78 and 79. TV man named Jeffrey, who is stuck in teleportation. For the first time, we saw a half-titan named Executor. These were all new characters starting with the 3rd part of episode 77, but that's not all, as we will see even more new characters in the future. After all, at the moment, each race in the series has its own unique color identification. Cameramen are blue. Presumably, they are the main force of the Alliance, their main strength and cannon fodder. Speakers are red, a race that embodies the soul, fun, and positivity, but is weaker. TV men are purple, the strongest race, hidden and mysterious. Skibidi toilets are yellow. They are the main antagonists of the series and the main enemies of the cameramen. Astro Skibidi toilets are orange-red, a stronger or specialized version of Skibidi toilets. And of course, the green color that we noticed in the secret agent, and as it turned out, not only the secret agent has this color, but also his assistants who carry out his orders, as well as the secret female agent who transforms into various objects. Therefore, considering these facts, it is worth assuming that the new race will be green, and viewers have been waiting for a new PC man race on the internet for a year now, as there have been many hints about it. For example, the secret agent who can hack technology, or his poster from the laboratory, where 2 computer monitors are demonstratively placed. Also, in the 3rd part of episode 70, we saw the heads of all races on the secret agent's table. There are 2 theories here. Either this is ordinary technology intended for natural use, or these are the heads of agents. The second option sounds creepy, but it has a right to exist. So, there are all the heads of the races on the table, and the most interesting thing is on the left side. As we can see, it is a computer monitor. You may also recall the ending of episode 73, where you could see a computer in this room, which was strangely lying on the floor and looking directly at the camera woman. And by the way, there was also a chair that started watching us starting from episode 75. In the next episode, namely episode 74, we could see another computer, which, you must agree, was in a very strange location, even if it was an unnecessary monitor. But in the same episode, at the very beginning, during the teleportation of the elite TV man, we could see a strange character with a human body and a strange head that does not resemble any of the Alliance heads. This head is not very visible, but it resembles a computer, just like the one we saw earlier. We can also see that this computer man is in another dimension through which TV men are teleported, but the TV men do not see them. Otherwise, the elite TV man would have reacted to this character in some way, and this means that the PC men are not seen by either the agents or the Skibidi toilets, just like the secret agent, and they can only be seen through the camera that records them on video. In an additional scene in the 72nd episode, while the cameraman scientist approaches the wounded spider, from above, you can see a character who is watching everything. Usually, the secret agent watches over everything, but this is clearly not the secret agent. First, he does not glow green. Yes, I know that the secret agent can watch without glowing, but this is completely different. Secondly, this agent seems to have a square head, and it glows white. I can't say for sure if it was a computer man or someone else, but I'm definitely sure it wasn't a secret agent. What do you think? Write your thoughts in the comments. And by the way, if you think about it, the new race could take the color white, since this color is also one of the primary colors. And as you can see, there are only 2 or 3 colors missing, since most of the colors are already in the series. The company head personally said that work on Skibidi Toilet is suspended until the situation is resolved. But the situation won't be resolved because Alexei left forever. New projects from Boom and complete silence about returning. All this says one thing. Technically, episode 80 is most likely already ready, but to release it means to publicly show that the series continues without the creator. The company understands how this will end, because Skibidi Toilet was held not on animation, but on Alexei's authorial thinking. Every hidden detail, every inscription in the background, every hint in the episode. This is what people followed for 3 years. Strider knows how to animate, but he doesn't know how to think like Alexei. Viewers will feel the difference from the first seconds. Views will drop, negativity will increase, and the company will find itself in a situation where releasing is worse than staying silent. That's why the scenario is quite real, in which episode 80 will never come out. Not because it doesn't exist, but because the company is afraid of the reaction. Skibidi Toilet didn't die when Alexei left, but when the company decided the series could be made without him. Now, to the unexpected news. Dafuk decided to continue his series called Human Being. After all, as we remember, he planned to start a new series, Ahlele Ahlela. Episode 16 was supposed to be the finale, because at the end, no one attacked G Toilet. But in episode 17, the G entity somehow moved into the body of an elite soldier and began destroying everything around. Moreover, at the end, we were given a hint of continuation, as stalkers attacked him. This is a classic technique, that is, an open ending that leaves the door open in case the author wants to return to the project. Why did Alexei continue this particular series? Personally, it seems to me that it's about views. If you look at the pilot episode of Ahlele Ahlela and compare it with the already promoted Human Being, we'll see that the new series lags behind in views by 2 times. The promoted audience of Human Being, that is, people who already follow the series and are attached to the characters, is a reliable base. The new series doesn't have such a base yet. Of course, this is only the first episode, and perhaps in the future, the result will be better. But at the moment, the picture isn't very good. There's another explanation. Perhaps Alexei himself felt that the Human Being story hasn't been told to the end yet, and it would be strange to abandon such an interesting idea halfway. The stalkers in the finale of episode 17 are a direct signal to viewers that the story continues, and there's still a lot ahead. The situation now is very uncertain on several fronts at once. Episode 80 of Skibidi Toilet is frozen indefinitely. The spoilers turned out to be fake. The new series is lagging behind in views so far, but Human Being received an unexpected continuation. We'll follow the development of events. This has been Super Cameraman. See you very soon. Goodbye, everyone.